morning, everybody, and welcome back to Shaving with Chief. I'm the Chief, and today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of Hub City's Aegyptus. If you're familiar with Holy Cow's Entropy Man, Hub City's Aegyptus reminds me of kind of a darker, sweeter version of that. The scent notes include like leather, tonka, powder, patchouli, and it's just presents a really nice, masculine, sweet, dark scent. Typically, I tend to go for like the fresher, citrus, woodsy type scents, but I actually find this very, very pleasant, so I look forward to using this morning. For my razor of choice today, I'm going to be using my Tatara Masamune. This one has the Nodachi top cap, which gives me the neutral blade exposure. It's like the best of both worlds, in my opinion. I really enjoy this razor. I'm also using a first use feather, high stainless in here, so they tend to come with feather. So, I mean, to me, if it comes with a feather, it's supposed to be used with a feather. So that's what I'm going to be using this morning. For my brush, I'm going to be using my Turn and Shave hybrid. So this is my Maple Burl and Mother of Pearl hybrid. So this is a V4 tip knot. It's very, very soft, very, very jelly, and it's been soaking in distilled water. So let's go ahead and squeeze out the brush a little bit, and then we'll start loading up. Now, this episode is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be talking about not only the soap, but the company itself. I think that there's some very interesting things, when really considering Hub City Soap Company. So I think, I'm not trying to be overly critical of soap companies and whatnot. So take my opinion as you will. I think David Lopez Sapero is doing a fantastic job so far, and I think he's made some really, really good business decisions. This base, I've tried their morning hike before, and in the past, man, this soap does really smell good. In the past, the soap reminded me of damn near a clone of A&E's original base, which to me as a soap maker, coming right onto the scene, is a really, really smart decision. If you actually look at the ingredients, with the beef tallow and the manteca, the pig tallow, there's different ratios than A&E's original base, but the ingredients are very, very similar. And from a business perspective, if I'm going to be a brand new artisan coming to the scene, I'm going to want something very similar to an easy to use base that's beloved by many, such as A&E's base. So hats off to David. I think that was a smart business decision, and I also think he did a good job of selecting some well-rounded and some really good scents that are really they present a really good introductory kind of variety to the market. If you take a look at his scents, I'm gonna go ahead and wet my face first. Hold on. Oh, that's nice. Cheers. So if you take a look at his scents, I think he has like 6 offerings right now, 6 or 7. 3 of them are dupes, right? And I think the others might be original, but they are all pre-blended. They do smell nice. For the ones that I have smelled, they do smell nice. But to me, I think that David is a very smart business person who decided to choose a wide variety of scents represented in different colors, depending on what someone's preference is, and also decided to present some well-known and well-liked dupes. So I think he did a really good job, kind of coming onto the scene and offering, an awesome base that people are familiar with, and can use easily. That's well liked with scents that are well known and well liked. But I do look forward to seeing, Hub City Soap Company kind of fall into their own and kind of create their own identity. Because right now it appears that the company has really studied the scene and really studied the industry, and kind of picked and chose the kind of best, aspects and qualities of certain soaps and scents, and just kind of presented a nice, well-rounded offering. Which, if I'm being completely honest, if I'm a brand new soap maker to the scene, I'm going to want to do the same exact thing. I'm going to want to go onto the scene, establish my foundation, and then kind of start taking risks. So I mean, hats off to you, David. That's not a slight towards Hub City whatsoever. I honestly think that as a brand new artisan, you made the smartest decision possible. If that is in fact what your intention was, and that's what you did. That's just that's what I'm perceiving it to be right now. So, that being said, just like A&E's regular base, you know, this is a really nice face feel. Really good, easy lathering soap, very dense. I'm gonna go ahead and you know, get some more water into this, and then we'll start shaving. Yeah, this is a really pleasant scent. I kind of so if you aren't a fan of Holy Cow scents, which I am not, by the way, for the most part. I do like Entropy Man, but I don't like their other stuff. Don't like listen to my comparison and be like, oh man, it smells like Holy Cow, I'm not gonna buy their soap. This is very pleasant. And when I say like it's a sweeter, darker version of Entropy Man, it's not overly sweet. It's very good. The scent, or the soap itself is actually kind of brown. It has this nice kind of dark brown color. Hopefully it doesn't stain my stuff. But yeah, nice kind of brown color. Very comfortable in the skin. Very smooth. Very thirsty. Nice sheen. Everything that I look forward to, look for in a nice base. The latherability is also key. Some really high-end soaps are difficult to use and lather. And I think very often we kind of overlook latherability. Speaking of that, I forgot to mention, this soap was actually a gift to me. Jack over at the Virtual Groom Room gave this soap to me as a part of a birthday package last month. So thank you very much, Jack, for giving me this soap. I love this. So far so good. So I am very much enjoying this. There is so much soap. So much soap. I mean, look at that like sheen too. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, let me go ahead and set this brush down and rinse off my hands. We'll start shaving. I was kind of torn this morning for what soap to use. I have like 4 or 5 new soaps that I want to try out, but something just wanted, you know, something, you know, kind of stopped me and said, you know, use something that's kind of sweeter, kind of more pleasant, comfortable this morning. And I'm glad I did. This is very pleasant. I actually prefer this scent to Entropy Man, and I really like Entropy Man. I appreciate everybody's support on yesterday's video. I was really kind of interested to see. I mean, I would say nervous. I don't know if nervous or anxious is the right word, but I was unsure as to how my viewers and the community would receive that video. You know, I've been making videos for about a month now, and I don't think that I've had a single instance where I've actually created a video and was just genuinely unhappy and disappointed in the product. And it made me feel really good knowing that, you know, I could come on there and show emotion and be open and honest and like incredibly critical of a product and not be met with hostility. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much to my viewers. The support I received was overwhelming. As always, you guys are incredible. I did end up selling those soaps immediately. And I already know what I'm gonna get for my 400 subscriber giveaway. I'm just waiting for it to restock, hint. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Now this soap, I keep wanting to compare it to A&E's original base, right? So if you just take a look at, Rudd's isn't, you can't use Rudd's as like a definitive rating factor, but he's very, very experienced, and I respect his ratings, right? He rated A&E's 1.0 base as a 96. And this was just so happened to be rated a 97. So if you're curious about Hub City, right, pick up A&E's original base and shave with it. It's almost identical. It's very, very slick, very, very comfortable and easy to use. I really enjoy this soap. I'm a huge fan of A&E, and I'm a huge fan of this base too. So very easy. All right. First pass down, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my face, and we'll get lathered up for my second and final pass, because I'm a 2-pass shaver with DEs. I do a cross and then against the grain. So I just so happened to catch Melly Mel's, and let me dry off, holy crap. Just happened to catch Melly Mel's and BBS Live's Instagram live yesterday for the first time. And like talking about like an incredible group of guys, like look at what they're doing for the community. Like the stuff that they were giving away, like not even considering what they were giving away to the community, but just their general optimism. Look at this insanity. But they're just incredible optimism, their energy, their presentation, their interaction with the community. Like as somebody, as a YouTuber, right? I'm always looking to better myself and better my communication and better my interaction. And if I was gonna study anyone to improve at my lives, like if I wanted to get better at doing lives and I wanted an example of who to kind of study and watch, it would be them. Like I was so taken back just by their interaction. It was just really impressive. Those guys, like, if you get an opportunity to check out their lives, please do so. You won't see any type of political discussion or religious discussion. You're just gonna see two guys having a great time, drinking some bourbon, doing some giveaways, and just loving, the community, loving the hobby, and enjoying themselves. And it was really nice and refreshing to see something like that. It's so overwhelmingly positive, so much energy. They really do bring that to the community, and I think they do it in a very unique way. So my hat's off to them. Very good job, y'all. Really appreciated that. Sorry that I couldn't spend more time in there. I think I got maybe halfway through. But I had to cook some dinner. It was about that time. But very solid. But yeah, they were giving away some expensive stuff too. Really expensive gear. And I'm just like, dang, how can they afford to do that? But yeah, mad respect. So happy Friday. I think I'm actually about to head to work right now. I think it's just turned 6 o'clock. And after work today, I'm gonna head home and dedicate about 3 or 4 hours to some schoolwork, and maybe try to hone another razor. I got my Cauticule in yesterday, and I'm curious how that's gonna function as a midstone. I think I have a date with Jack, an Instagram or a FaceTime honing sesh Maybe Kai can hop in on there and school us a little bit. I am so incredibly messy. All right, let's do this. Against the grain. Now, if you're not familiar with a Tatara razor, this thing is awesome. It's just very, very comfortable, very, very well balanced in the hand. It is probably the ugliest $200 razor out there. But there's a reason why this is one of 3 DEs that I keep. I've had probably 15 DE razors, right? And I sold them all and decided to keep the Carve, this one, and my Diamondback. This thing is just so comfortable, so easy to use, so well balanced. You would think that the grip would suck because of these dimples. The grip is amazing. I think it's how they kind of blast the steel. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an expert, but it's just very, very comfortable. Very, very good. I think the Masamune would probably be a little bit too mild for me. So I'm glad I got this top cap. And the feather, I typically don't like using feathers in razors. The feather in this is just awesome. I would like to get a Nodachi base plate just to feel the difference, but I'm not gonna pay freaking $60 plus shipping for a base plate. They're out of their freaking mind. Like, that's insane. Probably cost them like $5 or less to make. They're crazy. All right. Nice and easy. See how slick that soap is? Like, I have sensitive skin and I'm just taking this feather blade and I'm just doing, pretty much with the post-shave. The post-shave slickness, so very, very good. No irritation. I have like a little bit of irritation here as always, but that is it. Cool. Let me rinse my face and I'll talk about everything that I used today and give you my final thoughts. Okay. Nice and chill morning. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just like in the most mellow mood. Okay, so for the razor, right? Tatara Masamune. This bad boy has the Nodachi top cap, which gives it a neutral blade exposure. Very, very comfortable yet efficient shave. I would say this is probably as efficient as a Carve D plate if you're familiar, but in my opinion, it has like the smoothness of a BRC. So I don't know. I really like it. Very, very balanced, very, very comfortable in the hands. Fits my hand very, very nicely. I like the smaller handles. I'm very, very happy with this purchase. So Tatara Masamune with Nodachi top cap. For my brush I used today, I used my Turn and Shave Hybrid. So this was a custom that Milton did for me. This is in his V4 knot, which is known for being extremely soft and jelly. He's come out with a V5, and although I haven't used it, from what I've heard, it's a little bit less jelly, but a little bit more well-rounded, which some people might love. I know Jack's a huge fan of it. I hope to get a chance to use that soon. But I have no complaints with the V4, and he does a really great job. His customs, his communication, his turnaround, his work ethic, Milton's a beast. So really enjoy that. The soap I used today was Hub City Soap Company's Aegyptus, which is a really nice scent. It's like leather, tonka, patchouli powder, sandalwood. It's just very kind of, I wouldn't say it's like super dark, but it's on the darker end. Kind of reminds me of a nice, warm, comfortable, like, I don't think tobacco is in this, but I don't know. It just reminds me kind of like of a pipe tobacco and leather, and it's like a sweetness. I don't know. It's a very pleasant scent. It's like a kind of slightly darker, nicer version of Entropy Man, if you're familiar with that. This soap performs very similarly to A&E's original base. Very good slickness, super easy to use, very dense. It's just a solid all-around soap offering from a company that has a lot of well-rounded offerings. So take a look at Hub City. David's doing a great job. Very happy with the soap. So again, thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm the Chief, and have a great day.